running 46s. However, they're both 30s. Again, both Harlers and they're 46s, but they're both 30s. So they'll all come down.
What's up, guys? Right now I'm actually editing the footage that I took this past weekend when I was working on, or at least helping to work on, my buddy's NSX. So yes, an NSX, not a Subaru this time. We were trying to get the transmission out, and what I realized was I showed up and I was like, you know what? Yeah, dude, we're taking a transmission out. Like, we're gonna show up. You know, he's really good at working on cars. I'm gonna be there. You know, we'll get this thing out in like 2 seconds, right? You know. And the reality is, when you're working on a car in a small garage and you don't have a lift, I don't think he doesn't have any air tools. I don't think he uses like electric tools, which is completely fine. But I mean, you're just crawling around on the floor. It's dark. You're working on your car yourself, and you're gonna run into stuck bolts. We had to break out, larger breaker bars. We had to run down to Autozone to get the correct size axle nut socket. We also had to get out the torch to get the axle out. I mean, you're just going to run into issues, and that is just working on cars. Working on cars is just pain, no matter if the car is rust-free or whatever. You're just going to run into issues. It just happens. So yeah, we were working on this car for, I think, 5 hours, and we were able to get the axles out and drain the transmission, and that was about it. I think he might have gotten the starter out after I left. We didn't even begin to separate the transmission from the block or anything. So yeah, it just takes time. So just a reminder, if you're working on your car, that you are not alone. You know, there's going to be stuck and rusty bolts. I always thought it was just me with my rusty Subarus and running into rusty bolts, just doing brakes and things like that, having to drill things out, use heat, all that type of jazz. It's just what happens. Corrosion, older cars, whatever, it's going to happen. So let's go ahead, let's roll into that footage. It's interesting enough. I kind of want to post it, you know, obviously, because it is an NSX. But yeah, footage is a little bit dark, so bear with me. But yeah, let's roll into it. All right, so this is not a Subaru today. And also, don't mind me, I'm doing video back here. I'm not talking to you. Got some stuff in there. Alright, so what'd you just find there?
This is the... Where did I go?
It's right there.
Oh, thanks. This is the wrong kind of cotter pin. It's supposed to be the R-shaped kind of cotter pin that just, can be removed again. Not the single-use type that you would put in a ball joint like this.
Yeah.
So someone has definitely done this clutch before, or at least pulled the tranny for some reason.
And it probably wasn't the dealer.
Well, it probably was the dealer.
And they put the wrong thing in?
Yeah. Dealerships do shitty work all the time. But I couldn't find any service records for this car.
Shift cables are out. Alright, so we're trying to get the axle nut off on the back. It's a 36 millimeter, big guy, and yeah, that's broken. That's stuck in there. It's fresh-ish fluid.
Yeah, it's 1,000 miles old. I just put it in.
Alright, you finally got it out. A lot of heat. You think the heat did it?
The heat, and I found a place to pry. The prying really was like the actual.
Oh, actually, the bigger pry bar. Probably did it.
Well, no, like the smaller pry bar got it to move, and I just needed more leverage because